barrier,
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 barrier.
Parents.
Of course, every parent wants the best for their children, and I guess we just sort of put barriers up. We didn't want to get them involved in things that would get them, hurt them in the early years.
Wrong with your remote.
There's a barrier. Your signal won't get through.
Hey! Hey, what's happening back there? Stop! Put the barrier up! Hey! Hey! Put the pillow between you. Make a barrier. Barrier. Come on. Stop.
Secrets create barriers between people. Speaking from experience, believe me.
It's because you've got no choice. You see, this barrier thing is blocking all of the cell phones, TV, internet.
Cisco! Turn off the barrier! If I turn it off, that thing's gonna get out.
How do we catch somebody that even I can't keep up with?
We can fashion an electronic barrier to trap the reverse flash.
What are you talking about? He just won the Academy Award. He's breaking down barriers for all of us.
Of the pie dish with cheese to provide a barrier between the liquid and the crust.
He's going down State Street! He got around the barriers and wires.
Rarely.
Rarely.
rarely,
Rarely.
Arranged marriages are rarely so well arranged.
Do you think Mother will like him?
They rarely do in my experience. They rarely do in my experience. They rarely do in my experience.
You have a good deal of experience, do you?
This family of plankton created the coral reefs. Coral is a creature we rarely actually see by day. Rarely actually see by day. Rarely actually see by day.
The point is that the painting is so rarely reproduced. I don't even know if I've seen a reproduction, in fact.
Do you really think this is a good idea?
There are plenty of case histories of patients going back to where they suffered trauma. Actually, it's very rarely effective.
They are full of vague and glorious ideas on which they rarely deliver. Case in point.
Are you ready? Finished?
You know, people are rarely honest with me. I am. Are you?
I'm from Chicago myself. Lawndale is funny. Where I come from, brothers rarely see that type of green, so it's not reasonable,
I love that feeling.
You've had it so rarely.
Yeah, well, you'll disappoint him soon enough.
Each move I made on that day, the results were not going to be good. Okay? I mean, these situations, they rarely are.
No, that would be very unlike her.
Laura rarely took from the trust. She didn't want the family money. It was a point of pride with her, you know.
Target of opportunity such as this rarely presents itself twice.
Agreed.
educate,
Educate. Educate. Educate.
Educate.
He educated himself purely by instinct.
Too educated. But now it seems they feel I'm too weak.
And gymnastics national champion.
Educated family, privileged upbringing. Unfair advantage? And you need a well-educated woman to keep up with you.
Okay, let me educate you real quick. I am the gatekeeper. I'm the grand master, the authority.
Abraham Lincoln, a self-educated statesman who has abolished slavery.
And theological minds, obviously well-educated and extremely well-financed. Who's
To be loved. I educated her and I developed her into what she is.
I was an educated woman, but I still had so much to learn.
Our goal is to observe people, educate them, and yes, it can take time.
Okay, here's who Thomas Farrow is on paper. Educated at Oxford, moved here from Britain in 2012.
Attitude.
Attitude.
attitude,
Attitude.
Attitude.
Ugly girlfriend means no confidence.
Okay. Oh, no, you guys are full of it. Artie is right. This guy's got an attitude. An attitude is good.
Fine.
I need you to have a better attitude about it.
I have a great attitude.
Now.
Attitude. Poor performance.
You're never gonna find these keys.
Well, not with that attitude, we're not.
Right? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I had a positive attitude.
Sorry that I haven't had you over for tea.
You know, your attitude was mildly charming back in June, in Virginia. But up here...
I don't know. Maybe talking about it?
Talking won't change a damn thing. It doesn't matter if you have a good attitude or a bad one. Considering that, he's come a very long way. And he's got the right attitude. You know,
just take a second.
Certainly he's working hard.
If I'd taken that attitude, you wouldn't be here.
My understanding, she simply turned down a new position.
It's her attitude. It's the way she turned it down.
Did you think...
Once the nation sees AmWorks in action, they will change their attitudes. I'm sorry.
Happy with our dynamic? Well, I'm not happy with your attitude. If anything, you're taking me for granted.
Sir?
We had a deal, Jackie.
Identify.
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 Identify yourself. Identify yourself. Identify yourself.
Go to the Dutch embassy, identify yourself, and tell them everything. Ask for asylum. Go.
I checked them against the bodies we could identify.
There's got to be someone somewhere who can identify this man.
Which is why we did the surgery. Cheekbones raised 2 centimeters, ears lowered 1/4 of an inch.
Is it?
Christ, no! We just need a fucking word so we can identify who's who. He's a blank. She's a blank. Those two people are definitely blanks.
Put it down. Great. It's broken. Next time, identify yourself.
Hey, maybe we should pull over.
You got care to identify it?
It's ischemia, tissue
Were you able to identify the men?
Scrubbed identities on traceable weapons. We were able to identify the other trickster. His name's Axel Walker, age 25.
I'll mine it, see if there's anything on there that can help us identify the shooter.
Trying to identify the major players and collect enough evidence to take them down on federal warrants.
We're trying to identify a homicide victim. Might have been a cancer patient here.
Oh my God.
Halt.
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 Halt. Halt.
Anna ist aufgeflogen! Halt!
Hey, halt! Or shoot me. I'm so goddamn idiot.
I'm Lieutenant Duncan. Welcome to the Alfgar outpost.
Thank you, Lieutenant. We owe you our lives.
1-5 copies, will go.
Copy.
Love 1-3, copies.
Go to halt.
The state's attorney. Now we must call it to a halt.
Your Honor.
No, sir.
I did not understand a word they said except for halt. Halt!
New construction. We have to insist that you halt all work until we further investigated the matter. Let me guess.
Prisoners.
Stop the prisoners!
Oh! What the hell is Berenson doing?
Financial.
Financial. Financial.
Financial. Financial.
Peterson is one of the youngest large-cap hedge fund managers in the financial industry.
We find new fans there for American baseball. The financial opportunities are endless.
My new financial consultant will work out the details.
When they write me about their financial problems, but my staff has been trying to get me to stop.
Why can't you invest in saving us from financial ruin?
The financial genius, generous, the philanthropist. He's such a phony.
It's cash law, financial statements, accounting ledgers that provide her dad with a bargaining chip of some sort.
So he was under financial pressure? Is it possible that he went back to old habits?
So Ms. TOEIC called me up, out of the blue, and wanted to meet and go over some financial issues.
Whose financial issues? Her own?
She didn't say.
For what?
We met last month at a Financial Channel party. She was...
Well, there was nothing unusual in his phone or financial records.
Marvel. Marvel.
Marvel.
Marvel.
Marvel.
My ship. She's a marvel. She's a marvel. She's a marvel. Made from enchanted wood.
Infected people. Insects can't fly a spaceship.
Well, the cockroach is an evolutionary marvel. A marvel. A marvel.
Ha! Your panda style is no match for my mechanical marvel. Mechanical marvel. Mechanical marvel.
Behold, a photo of our masked vigilante juxtaposed with issues from my own Marvel collection.
You have Avengers #1?
You gotta convince me. I'm gonna park you in holding. Sit back and marvel at how Brian removes your limbs.
Possibility number 2. She was killed by the Marvel character Diamondback, whose special skill was throwing diamond-shaped spikes filled with poison.
The hardware. It is not yours to question the genius, only to marvel at it. No.
Maybe the Avengers summoned him.
It's not the Marvel comic stories, the original Norse god.
Emailed it to you. Look at my giant aneurysm and marvel at the gift Thomas gave me.
I can't. I'm driving. Besides, I'm jealous you have a new best friend.
Economic.
Economic. Economic. Economic. Economic.
I think we should start by prepping the governor with Russian economic policy.
Intro to statistics, microeconomic theory, the economic theory of the Islamic Middle East.
Isn't Ashley an economics major? Are you just taking his classes?
About world economic forces, historic socio-economic models. There were times it seemed like he knew more than I did.
What'd you study?
Economics. I studied economics.
Yale, economics, baseball.
The economic climate is real bad, man.
To a new Turkish pipeline, which could see Russian economic dominance of oil exports shattered.
How? It's pack. A group of spheres in the most economic fashion. And since nature always employs the most efficient means to achieve her ends.
It's insane. Well, Shreve seems to think that China is a military and economic threat.
Yeah, I was thinking that we could start with job numbers and then go to economic multipliers instead of the other way around. What do you think?
Yes, sir. Did you get the tax credit memo the economic research team put together?
You didn't ask me here to talk about memos.
We need economic development flowcharts for the watershed bill sent over to Terry Womack's office.
Joint commission.
We can walk away from the summit.
The economic fallout would be catastrophic. The market would...
Or we can just kowtow and submit to the new reigning super...
Please.
I've spoken to a number of the president's policy advisors who say there's been a lot of disagreement on the economic team as to exactly what form this jobs package should take.
Susceptible.
Susceptible. Susceptible.
Susceptible.
Susceptible.
He gave me something that made me susceptible to suggestion, and
Yeah.
We know this is not unusual after first successful intercourse, but I think he's particularly susceptible. Susceptible.
Unfortunately for us, she remained susceptible to your father's particular charm.
The message he painted opened a door for the demonic. Those who are susceptible can become possessed when they see this.
Steal the car.
Actually, electronic devices are more susceptible to an EMP if they're turned on.
Only a very small population of Indole Gentili of Greek heritage are even susceptible.
There's a design flaw. The beacon is still susceptible to a subform wave, even if it's been deactivated.
In South America. In fact, it thrives in Corte Maltese, making this subject extremely susceptible to suggestion.
Sarah, I've heard it makes people extremely susceptible to suggestion.
It's not done often, but it's done. It's a lot of work, and some people aren't susceptible. It's mostly used on high-value targets.
Like you?
Biology.
Biology. Biology.
Biology. Biology.
It's not you. It's basic biology.
Really? Biology, biology, biology.
Dad,
No,
I don't...
who's Dad? Who's Dad? I'm Marcus from biology. From biology.
Allows couples to have affairs without cheating.
Yes, but I meant it about biology. Biology.
Terrible. I have a paper due in English, an entire page of algebra, and a biology test I haven't even started studying for.
There's plenty of kids hate their parents. What makes it a big deal is that she should hate you. Playing the biology card doesn't change anything except where she lives.
Hi, how was school?
Got an A- on my biology exam.
Dad.
Every little mistake. I'm sorry. I thought that you could use a basic biology lesson. Well, let me give you a basic biology lesson. You and I can't make a baby.
It's just we're dealing with alien technology. Alien metals interact with biology on a cellular level in a way that's impossible to replicate without a sample.
Make this Kim kid lose his focus.
It won't happen. He's not interested in anything but physics.
What about biology?
What?
You know, biology.
Let's go to the biology lab and find you some nice, yummy mice.
Dr. Herman Kessler served 20 years for killing that girl.
It's a biology teacher, no prior record.
Sometimes biology can turn on us, though.
Economy.
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 Is a problem.
Oh, I just think it's honestly pretty bad economy right now.
Don't tell me economy. The economy. Everyone's blaming the economy. You're gonna blame somebody, blame
them damn Republicans.
Did what it could to keep your father afloat, but the economy at that time and him having overextended himself, yes.
Fan base. How did this become a career?
Welcome to the sharing economy. Sharing economy.
I'm in the construction business. The way the economy is today, it's all gone to shit.
Exactly how an angry Russia and Russian business will react to the likely disastrous effects for the Russian economy of America's UN veto.
Looks like we just wasted an afternoon, fellas.
No, I wish I was short. I'm out. It's the economy, you know? My other guy, he didn't show up for his stuff.
Banks, several high-profile brokerage houses. No wonder the economy collapsed, huh?
Go Beckett.
He said he found a weakness in our economy, an unexpected linchpin that if someone went after it, would start the dominoes falling.
Wake up. How can Stag Industries pull out completely? They're our largest donor.
It's like they say. It's the economy, stupid.
No, it's the stupid economy.
So, what is this thing you're working on?
It's all to do with the rural economy. Very hush-hush.
The president wants to nominate a multi-billionaire in a struggling economy. He'll alienate half the country.
Corporate greed. Raise pay for those who need it most and create jobs by growing the economy.
A doddering old fool finishing up his second term, what the best thing is for this country's economy. Perhaps you're not the kind of helper we're looking for.
Arrange.
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 Arrange a summit. Arrange a summit. Arrange a summit. Make them choose sides.
If you want, you will give your weight in gold for this woman.
I will arrange everything.
I think I can arrange that. I think I can arrange that.
Thought you might say that.
This Anna...
Go. You get out of here. I'll arrange some help for your father and get back this afternoon, okay?
It would be nice to see more of each other.
Well, we can certainly arrange for that. I'd love to see the girls.
Call back! If you can hear me, call back!
No, let me arrange another time for us to meet.
No, Mr. Gardner.
Call him, arrange a meeting. Don't say who it is. Just say, I'm interested and I want to inspect it.
No, he's not much of a meal. I want you to arrange a meeting.
Are you sure this?
Go.
You sure? You'd need the password.
I'll arrange a time for us to go to the bank so you can access it yourself.
No.
How did you arrange this? I have my ways.
Motive.
Motive. Motive.
Motive.
Motive. Jesus Christ, I didn't kill her. I have no reason to kill her. No motive, no motive, no motive. I mean, she pissed me off. Yeah, she pushed my buttons.
It's your motive. It's your motive. It's your motive. I have a difficult time trusting.
What's her motive for killing her sister?
Her motive is she wants to meet the guy again.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. No motive.
You have some time until 11:30. I wouldn't spend it trying to figure out my motive.
You really think he had Dennis Archer killed?
He had the motive and the resources to get it done.
I didn't think I needed more motive to kill you. Clearly, I was wrong.
In uniform. No motive for the scalpings yet, other than he's taking souvenirs.
And if I can identify the specific motive or not, I still come to expect that stench.
Motive unclear. The intent apparently dark and awful.
Alright, even if this were true, which is not, I got no motive for murder.
Do you not believe his own confession because you doubt his motives?
Regina, she doesn't trust her mother. Never has. If we can put some doubt in her about Cora's motives, it might slow them down.
Unfold.
Unfold. Unfold. Unfold.
Unfold.
Only by achieving inner peace can a true kung fu master unfold, like a lotus flower.
Oh, I like flowers.
While at last, for Jean-Baptiste, the mysterious secrets of the perfumer's craft began to unfold, to unfold, to unfold.
His strategies take time to unfold. Take time to unfold. Take time to unfold.
But 87 days, that's of course how long this has all been unfolding.
Yeah, those puppies, they are normal. Let's move it. It's history unfolding like now.
Captain, what'd you run us into?
You're in no position to understand the events unfolding around you.
She got grounded, so now she can't come to my pajama sleepover party.
Things were unfolding quite nicely.
Bizarre.
In other words, the origin of the universe unfolded exactly how one would expect after reading Genesis, and for 2,500 years...
Thank you, Miles. We'll bring you more on this difficult story as events unfold.
Smoke screen.
Something for us to chase while his real plan unfolds.
Who needs that phone?
Sterling City holds its breath as the hostage crisis unfolds. Police have attempted to enter the abandoned structure in the Glades.
You misunderstand. Does not mean the tale is yet to unfold.
The drama continues to unfold at Iolani Palace with dozens of law enforcement officers.
Mobilize.
Mobilize. Mobilize. Mobilize.
Mobilize.
Mobilize, mobilize, mobilize the National Guard up to Barrow with a ship that can break through the ice.
Are you serious? You want me to mobilize the National Guard to save a few whales?
When I give him the address, he'll mobilize. He'll mobilize. He'll mobilize. I need you to get Mike out of that compound.
Mobilize our MWorks allies in Congress. A commitment list for future legislation. It's not just simple endorsements. Look,
I don't care where they come from, KPG, ex-military, whatever. I need a team mobilized by the time I land.
We're in the process of circulating a petition in every single hospital across the United States so we can mobilize the nurses' unions and associations to help you lobby.
The elephant will die.
Well, we'll mobilize the rescue team.
you find them? Prepare to mobilize to higher ground.
Need to mobilize a search team. Which way did she go?
100 miles from here.
So how could they mobilize the Starling City so fast?
Point, Malcolm.
We can't merely wait for Raz to mobilize his forces.
I'll agree to the scale back, same terms as before. How soon can you mobilize a withdrawal?
Skeptical.
Skeptical. Skeptical. Skeptical. Skeptical.
You can probably guess how many pan out. I wasn't the only one who was skeptical. Skeptical. Skeptical.
It's 3:37 p.m. You're skeptical. You're skeptical. You're skeptical.
Begged her to look into the case, and she agreed to because she believed me.
Yeah, well, I'm a little more skeptical. Skeptical. Skeptical.
I can vouch for that.
Million. You put in 100, we'll put in 100. We'll triple it in 6 months. I was skeptical, so go check it out.
Can you believe this? Talking dogs? I'm skeptical.
I was skeptical about the jeans and t-shirt, but I like it. Any chance the photographer could fire off a couple solo shots?
Some of my more skeptical friends refuse to believe your children even exist.
Why?
Because you have a skeptical mind.
About this project he was working on. I was skeptical, but when I saw his code, I couldn't believe my eyes, so I decided to help him.
If I hadn't lived through the last couple of weeks, I would be just as skeptical. It's one of the reasons we wanted to keep this quiet until we had a chance to talk.
You're skeptical. He's skeptical.
Should I call Trisha?
No.
Circle.
Circle. Circle. Circle.
Circle.
See this circle? See this circle? See this circle? That is the circle of virgins.
Uh-huh.
Could you not make those little circles, circles, circles?
Okay, let's see. Circles where the girls were abducted, arrows where their bodies were found.
Where would you have seen us before? Yeah, we travel in different social circles.
I don't know. They're awful short.
What else am I supposed to do? Eventually things get tragic enough, and they circle back to comedy.
You know, I don't know him enough to trust him, and his daughter is in Lucy's circle of friends, for God's sake.
Mr. Caffrey, I mean, you're known in some circles as a con man and a liar.
Now, the ends would kind of close in to form a shrinking circle. And everything within that circle panicked to get out. Now, I know how good you are. I've seen you out there. You serve circles around those other kids.
Clumsy.
Clumsy. Clumsy.
Clumsy.
Clumsy.
Still a little clumsy. It's clumsy. It's my first week. I'll bring you some soda water.
That you were clumsy, 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 accident prone.
They discarded his gun instead of preserving its prints. But you see, this wasn't clumsy police work, clumsy police work, clumsy police work.
Oh, mailman, clumsy idiot.
It also means that I can't tell her that I'm pissed when she's so fucking clumsy that she spills wine over my house guest.
I think she...
I'm so clumsy. It's okay.
What thick boots? He's nothing but a stupid, clumsy labouring boy.
I am so sorry.
Why don't you look where you're going, man?
Clumsy sod. No, me, not you.
It was only your clumsy nods which gave you away.
Beak, my son may be not perfect. He may be big and loud and clumsy and annoying and impatient and hot-headed and...
I'd walk up to the tee all nervous, do a few clumsy practice swings,
Render.
Render.
Render. Render.
Render.
Panel's ready to render a decision, render a decision, render a decision.
Or maybe he's scared because you threw him in a dungeon and you threatened to render him.
The Bureau doesn't render suspects.
And he has no interest in being here for any period of time, which would render employment speculative.
How could I stay away when my Secretary of State is rendered in such a way as he cannot but listen?
It's not a joke. It's the next step in a plan to transform the planet in a manner that will render your $100 million payday both trivial and meaningless.
Mr. Willoughby's material omission gives Life State the right to render this contract null and void.
Yes, Your Honor, but if a statement has been made in the press that would render one of them incapable of being fair and unbiased, well, it's like Mr. Canning said, we all want a fair jury.
As each enters the harbour, we create a barrier that no other ship will be able to pass, which would render their superior numbers irrelevant.
I'm not trying to release it. I'm trying to render it inert, Juliet. I just want to make it safe.
If you don't allow me to render it inert, all of us are gonna die.
Appear.
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 Appear. Appear.
It's not mine.
Well then, whose is it? It didn't just magically appear in my laundry basket.
Well, I'm not the only guy in this house that uses that hamper.
And we both know things are rarely what they appear to be. Right, there's always something going on beneath the surface.
What kind of sick?
Oh, the flu, I guess.
But I don't need you to guess. I need you to know. Now, when did the symptoms first appear?
Maybe Friday?
We used division to steal the prion, so you would appear to be a victim.
Penny, you appear to have a package here.
Oh, thanks. Must be the beret I ordered.
My arduous journey, however, was for naught. Although advertised to appear he did not show up. We appear to be at a crossroads in our relationship, Mother.
Well, I guess we are.
Hey, you make a good point. It would appear I was worried for nothing. Look at her.
The only thing I can tell you for certain is that it was designed to be opened. Yes, there doesn't appear to be any seams or buttons or levers of any kind, but...
With a fracture untethered, where will Jim appear when he returns from Hope Plaza?
Well, he's going to end up someplace else when he comes back through, but don't worry. It'll be within 3 clicks of right here.
Prince, you can't leave us here.
Have courage. The next time I appear to you, I will appear as your king.
Passive.
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 Passive. Passive.
A little passive-aggressive.
So what part of this is passive?
You keep speaking in the passive tense, but, you know, we do things.
There's no correlation in the literature between transsexualism and violence. Transsexuals are very passive.
Have a go.
Well, Zoe's mother raised her to be a pacifist.
Hitting a classmate in the face is hardly a passive response. Passive response.
I don't even know what he's gonna think or what he's gonna say. I just feel like I've got to stop feeling so passive about things, you know?
And as for the candy, you know, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Well, there you go with your passive-aggressive stuff again.
The passive voice.
Word choice, repetition, and the use of passive or active voice can tell you a lot about the person who wrote this.
I'm talking about top of the line, none of this cheap, passive WIC system bullshit.
I mean that sincerely, not passive-aggressively, as in it's a good attribute for a spy to...
About this later?
No. I need you now.
Wouldn't you prefer to socialize with Tom, who is a sexually passive outdoorsman?
Tender.
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 The dinner was so amazing. The chicken was unbelievably tender, unbelievably tender, unbelievably tender, and real juicy.
Ours is a love.
Well, well, well. Isn't this a tender little seed? Tender little seed. Tender little seed.
I'll handle this.
Does that hurt? A little bit? A little bit. Okay. Is it tender? 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 Go ahead and put your arm down.
I saw my brother touching your face. What is happening?
Mike.
The campfire, the moonlight looked like a real tender moment to me.
I presume we need to make a decision on the Linkworth tender for the branding.
They're a bit tender and bigger for me.
I remember when you were the tender of the tree. You were a cute kid.
Did you make this?
Yes. Do you really like it? Oh, yeah. The noodles are so tender.
Putting on that rib and there's no clear way down.
We can get everyone out on the tender boats.
Well, what?
Cammy. No, I'm sorry, babe. Shrimp bucks, that is not legal tender.
What?
Let the darkness find its way from tender womb to darkest tomb.
Kindergarten. Kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Kindergarten. Kindergarten.
You don't remember this shirt? You made it for me for Mother's Day in kindergarten. Kindergarten. It's adorable.
It's perverted. No, I've known them since kindergarten. They're sweet.
Dancing right now. Okay, check this out. My mother made me wear rubber gloves to kindergarten, so I wouldn't pick up a disease from the other children.
You know, I've done this before. In kindergarten, I was supposed to marry Jason Sorensen at recess, but by the time my class got out there, he was already engaged to Chelsea Himmelfarb.
When I was in kindergarten, I recited Pi to 1,000 Places for the school talent show. I think I got this.
Nice trapper keeper. Faggot.
Believe it or not, she's gotten straight A's since kindergarten.
God, Leo, you hunting a bear?
You get a license for that.
I'm a bail bondsman, not a kindergarten teacher.
Did she tell you about the bake sale? Oh my God, the kindergarten bake sale.
What's happening? Let's see. Oh, well, we have been filling out the world's most ridiculous kindergarten application for Cole.
I'm concerned about you. Like the time I had to step in before Charlie McGlinch kicked your ass. And that was... Right, yeah. First day of kindergarten, yeah.
Which crime ever dreamt of invading? The last city they would come to would be Vegas. And every kindergarten student knows that if the mob ever did come to town, the last hotel to be tainted would be the...
I wish I wanted to be a chef, or a ski instructor, or a kindergarten teacher.
Liberal.
Liberal. Liberal.
Liberal.
Liberal.
Liberals, reformers, subversive students. Yeah, Rico was enacted to go after the mob, but don't tell me that it wasn't abused.
I'm sure you and your husband are just thrilled.
Fiancé.
Oh, how liberal.
Never in my life have I seen a candidate more attacked by the liberal media. Smear after smear after smear.
It wasn't Katie Couric's fault. It wasn't the liberal media's fault. It was your fault.
Republic of Austin, with a bunch of hairy-legged women and liberal fruitcakes.
Put your drinks on my tab. Let's get this liberal party started, eh?
Picketing that gets bigger and bigger every day tugs on their goddamn white liberal conscience.
Goals of duty. Goals long since forgotten by progressives and liberals in favor of what they call a changing world.
I understand some of you are here to satisfy your liberal arts elective requirements.